Hey everybody, I'm the Ranting Monkey, and today we're going to talk about the Covington Catholic story and all the nonsense that came with it. We have short memories on the internet. It was only a few days ago that BuzzFeed came out and said the Mueller investigation had proof that Donald Trump ordered Michael Cohen to lie to Congress. In a very rare move, a first of its kind in fact, the Mueller investigation came out and said, this isn't true. Every major news outlet reported on this. Of course, they said, well, BuzzFeed said it and we haven't corroborated it, but they still reported the story. They all got it wrong. So what does the press do? They jump on the very next story they can that's absolutely fake news. In this case, the Covington Catholic high school boys stand off with this noble Native American. When the story first broke with this picture and a short video that accompanied it, the story was, these Catholic boys interrupted the Indigenous Peoples March and surrounded this man as he was playing his drum, got right up in his face and wouldn't move. What actually happened is Mr. Phillips here got right up in this kid's face. He made his way through the crowd of children to make an ass of himself. But we're not allowed to question him because he was in the military and he's a Native American, so he would never lie, even though we have ample evidence of him already lying. I gotta be honest, the news getting it wrong doesn't even surprise me anymore. So much of it literally is fake news. What did surprise me and what is still pissing me off is the reaction to this story. The number of people who have gone out there and said horrible shit about these kids, up to and including death threats. A lot of the people in the media have already come out and apologized for getting it wrong. What none of them have done is come out and apologize to these children. And none of these assholes have pissed me off more than Phil DeFranco.
So I'm just making this really quick because I'm seeing more and more messages popping up. Asking if I've seen it, what my thoughts are. Yes, I've seen the video of all those kids wearing MAGA hats and MAGA gear. That I'm seeing reports that they're from a Catholic school, and they're. It seems like they're intimidating, at the very least, bothering, mocking. I personally take it as intimidation and harassment of this Native American man and this very small group. I'm also seeing reports that the Native American man is actually a veteran, making it even worse. But if you haven't seen the videos, here's what it is. Is if you watch this video and you're like, oh my God, I'm disgusted by this. This is not what I want to see in my country. This is wrong. Yes. And I say, remember this moment, this kind of disrespect of the other, the disregard for the other, the hate. Because I personally look at this and I see indifference, intolerance, and hate.
You know, Phil, I see indifference, intolerance, and hate here too. Except it's coming from you. You saw these kids with MAGA hats, and you decided to run to Twitter with this video declaring how horrible they are. Nothing in your brain said, wait a minute, something's not right here. How the hell did this even happen? Nope, you just ran with the narrative because you saw MAGA hats. So you sent this video out to your 1.2 million followers to spread your hate.
Remember it. And personally, I'm downloading these videos. I'm bookmarking this because I think there are a lot of people I talk to that you constantly kind of hear that same thing. You know, hate's dying off. The older generations, they're leaving. No. Hate is learned. Hate is passed down. It is incredibly easy to do so, and that's why we were seeing it more and more. Actually, the reason we're seeing it more and more isn't because it's new, right? I think it's just because people are feeling far more comfortable showcasing it openly. I think that's really the main thing.
You're not wrong here, Phil. People do seem to be much more willing to spread their hate. And in this case, it's you. You and the people who grabbed onto this story without even paying any fucking attention to what was going on. People who didn't even question it, who just said, there's a MAGA hat, he must be racist. And because of that, because of your own hate, you look like a complete fucking jackass, which is bad enough. But as I said, the news industry getting it wrong doesn't surprise me. But Phil here went a little bit further. The next day, he posted this to his Twitter.
I am now seeing all the different angles and footage of the incident with the Native Americans and the Covington Catholic high school students that I commented on yesterday, and will be deleting my previous tweet. I should have waited until I got more details instead of jumping on it so fast. The initial footage I saw made me want to speak on the hate I feel like we see more and more every day. I will make sure to put out a more thorough explanation of events in tomorrow's video. That said, I stand by my message against hate. It's something we see far too often from multiple sides.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to pull the multiple sides debate? I noticed in your video from the day before you didn't say fuck all about multiple sides. But now suddenly when it's not the MAGA kids who are doing it, you're breaking out, well, they still do it sometimes. God, you're a fucking asshole. And you stand by your message against hate? What about an apology to these kids that you just sent 1.2 million people after, you fucktard? Nothing for them? Well, maybe it's in your video from the next day.
I think it's important to hold ourselves accountable. I mean, this is something that I personally commented on over the weekend as well. I, like many others, commented on the information that was being thrown out there by all sides. And I joined Meghan McCain in what she added in a follow-up tweet after she deleted the previous one, saying, I, like many others, may have reacted too quickly. And, I do apologize for that because, yes, while in the past I have said over and over, I am not perfect, I'm not infallible, I'll always try to do my best, and I will mess up. I really do apologize for reacting to this situation that, yes, based off of everything that was out there and how you had people from all different sides denouncing it, I thought, okay, well, this is the situation. I wish that instead I'd waited till Monday to have my team just scour through everything.
Well, there's no direct apology to the kids, but it's not really his fault. He's sorry that he jumped the gun, but everybody was talking about it. Everybody was telling him this is what happened. He doesn't have a mind of his own where he can stop and wait and go, this doesn't look right. Maybe I should get more information before I put this out to 1.2 million fucking people. Now, I don't want to just bash on Phil. Sure, he showed himself to be a hypocritical jackass, but he's not the only one. The people who run Twitter, they're just as bad. An article for The Wrap about a GQ writer, a grown-ass fucking man who called for the dox of these kids. Twitter told The Wrap that Friedman's call to dox was not a violation of the company's terms of service, and that only the action itself would be a violation. For the doxer, not the person who called for the doxing. Now, I don't work for Twitter, but it certainly seems to me that would be targeted harassment. This is a company that kicked Milo Yiannopoulos off the platform because he said Leslie Jones looks like a man. Hell, they put me in a timeout just yesterday for calling somebody a dick. But if you want to go out there and tell people to dox children, that's no problem at all. There's a lot of horrible shit floating around Twitter right now, even after everything has come out. This tweet here is just from a few hours ago. Some jackass named Uncle Shoes tweeted this out. If you're a true fan of Shoes, I want you to fire on any of these red hat bitches when you see them, on sight. Somebody reported it, and Twitter had this to say. Thank you for your recent report. We've reviewed your report carefully and found that there was no violation of Twitter rules against abusive behavior. Asking your followers to go out and shoot people, not against Twitter rules. Then again, this is Twitter. This is run by Jack Dorsey, who had the balls to go up in front of Congress and say, I don't know how 600,000 people ended up shadow banned and they all just happened to be conservative. Phil DeFranco is absolutely right. We do have a hate problem in this country. The issue is nobody's looking at where the hate actually is coming from. It is coming from the left. It is coming from people who hate Donald Trump.
So many people admitted they made snap judgments before these other facts came in. But is it that we just instantly say that's what it is based on what we see in that moment and then have to walk stuff back when it turns out we're wrong? Why is that? Do we keep making the same mistake?
Because we're desperate to get Trump out of office. That's why.
Not everybody, though.
But what does that have to do?
I think that's the reason. I think the press jumps the gun a lot because we have so much circumstantial evidence against this guy that we basically are hoping that, Cohen's got the goods and what have you. And so it's wishful thinking.
I'll give Joy Behar credit for being honest here. And I think she's the only one who is being honest. But Joy, we're not talking about Cohen right now. We're talking about these children who are getting fucking death threats over this shit. You're excusing jumping the gun and vilifying these children because you hate Trump? What the fuck does Trump have to do with them other than the fact they were wearing MAGA hats? They're too young to even fucking vote. Look, there is a real problem with this shit. There's a real problem with the anger coming from the left and their irrational hatred of Donald Trump. And if somebody doesn't step in and say, look, this is fucking insane. We need to stop it. We need to pull it back. Somebody's going to get hurt. These children have been doxxed. Their home address is given out. There's a very real danger now of some fucking lunatic actually going out and harming one of them. And your excuse is wishful thinking? What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't need to be in a voting booth. You need to be in a psychiatrist's office. You need to be out there figuring out why you hate this man so much that you're willing to excuse violence against children. The entirety of our media and a whole lot of stupid motherfuckers on Twitter need to be in therapy, not out there spreading their hate while preaching about how tolerant they are. You didn't just make a mistake here. You put children in danger over your hatred of Trump. That is fucking retarded. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this one. If you'd like more Monkey in your life, you can catch me 6 nights a week on Lords of the Night. The schedule is below. I also game with Satsu 5 nights a week. That schedule is also below. You can also pick up some monkey gear from the Ranting Monkey store, which is also linked below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the Ranting Monkey, and I'll see you next time.
So many people admitted they made snap judgments before these other facts came in. But is it that we just instantly say that's what it is based on what we see in that moment and then have to walk stuff back when it turns out we're wrong? Why is that? Do we keep making the same mistake?
Because we're desperate to get Trump out of office. That's why.
Not everybody, though.
Your life makes me sad.